This time of the year can be very triggering for a lot of people. And if you suffer from depression or low mood or even anxiety, this time of the year can be a struggle. So I'm going to share some tips with you, what you can do during this period. But before I do that, why do we struggle more during the season? Well, first of all, there's a lot of emphasis on family, friends, partying, social events, all of this stuff. And if you're someone that doesn't have a lot of family or friends, or you're on your own, you don't have a partner, this can be a reminder of that. And for many people, it's a very lonely time. The second reason is if you've lost a loved one around this time, or maybe this is the first Christmas you're spending without a loved one, this can be, of course, a very sad time. It can be, it can remind you of your grief, which is okay. Also, the other thing that can create pressure during this period is the financial burden a lot of people feel. I have to buy presents for people. I have to go to this party. I have to buy this outfit. These are all things that we don't have to do. But when you get into a scenario where you feel obligated to do these things, then that can put a lot of pressure, which can then create a lot of, sadness and frustration and so on. So what can we do? Number one, the very first thing is no comparison. Comparison steals your joy, as you know. If you're constantly looking around at everybody and say, oh, they have this, they're going here, they're having these parties, they have this big family, you are, of course, going to feel miserable. It's all about your perspective. Instead, look at that time as a time that you can use to do things that you enjoy. Doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. Doesn't matter if somebody has 10 Christmas parties. That's their problem. You focus on you. What can I do with this time, where, especially if you have time off, that I'm going to enjoy? So use the time positively. Remember, it's about perspective. If you look at something negatively, then that's all you're going to see. The second thing linked to this also is about your thoughts. A lot of what we feel and how we feel about situations have to do with our thoughts about that situation. It's the story you create around Christmas. Or Christmas is a time where everybody sees their family. I have no family, I'm miserable or I'm lonely, and you elevate those thoughts and allow them to take over. Remember to question your thoughts. Is this true? Where is the evidence that this is true? If you have a lot of things going on in your head, do a brain dump. Get a piece of paper, write everything down. This will help bring clarity, and you'll be able to see that some of those thoughts are not even worth engaging with. Gratitude is so important. Gratitude is the antidote to depression, to misery, to feeling unnecessarily sad. If you remind yourself of what you have, stop focusing on what everybody else has that you don't have. Think about what you have. Find things to be grateful for. Then you're going to get through.